Okay, part three of Business 101. So basically, what I'm saying to you guys is that there's a saying that used to be super popular. Everybody used to say it all the time. And now I think it's been forgotten. And that saying that pertains to you and pertains to business is the best things in life are free. Okay? I'm not saying that all of your best business advice is going to be absolutely free. But if somebody's charging you 500 bucks to go to some business building seminar or $1,000 or something that is just over $20, like here on the New Stream platform, we charge like $5. I think the maximum tier is like $20. If somebody's charging you more than $20, that means that business wise, they're not thinking that they are going to, or they're not capable of selling their message to the masses. Because if you had such a good message and such a solid business platform that it was going to just absolutely change lives, then everybody would be doing it, right? And if everybody's doing it, all 8 billion people worldwide are using your platform, why would you have to charge $1,000? Why would you have to have a college that charges $25,000 a year? I mean, by now, with the internet from where it's gone and the student loan crisis and all this stuff, you guys have to realize that people are just playing the shit out of you. You're getting played. You are a sucker if you go to college and you spend outrageous amounts of money to learn things from people that never did those things. That is crazy. Now, if you go to a trade school and you learn electrical from somebody who was an actual electrician, then that, yes, that's worth the money, definitely. Or air conditioning, plumbing, bricklaying, painting, anything. If you learn anything in a trade school, mechanics, from people that actually did it, then yeah, it's worth it. And only you can determine what type of price makes sense for you to pay. But self improvement is self improvement. The best things in life are free because you are going to get out there into the work world on your own with your own business, and you're going to screw up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to trust people too much. You're going to not require down payments, and they are going to screw you out of money, and it is going to burn you down to your soul. And you are going to learn in the future when you have a customer that you take 50% down, that you have an actual contract. Contracts are scary for people that are shady people, okay? Like prenuptial agreements are scary for women that have plans of divorcing you. They scares the shit out of a woman that thinks that she could divorce you and take your money, or a man who thinks that he can just quickly divorce you and take half of your money. It scares the shit out of these people because it's a contract that says you're not going to be able to screw me. And that's what contracts in the business world are all about. If you put a contract before somebody and they don't sign it, that means that they do not value their own word. And you do not need to be doing business with those types of people unless you're getting some type of money ahead of time. And if you do have to abandon the work that you do, at least you'll be compensated for the time for which you worked. Every time that I go into business with somebody, may it be somebody cutting my lawn or anything, we sit down and we have a very detailed conversation about what we expect of each other and how they are going to get paid for the service that I am going to be delivered. And there is a full outright understanding that if they do not finish the task and if they do not deliver, a couple of things are going to happen. I could sue them. I could not pay them. I could kick their ass. These are things that we talk about before we get into anything. So if I have somebody come on board to help me paint a building, okay, We discuss this ahead of time. So everybody is in full agreement and there aren't any problems down the road. Now, you have to understand when getting into your own business that there's two types of people. And I already talked about being born with it or without it. Look, from part two, what I was getting to is by the time I was 13 years old and acquiring action figures with the money from the businesses that I had and the hustling that I was doing, my parents told me I had to stop buying action figures because I had over 500 G.I. Joe action figures. I had 3 tanks. I had an aircraft carrier. I had 4 helicopters. I had 7 jets. I had an army that could easily manhandle most of the world if they were like full scale. And this was my childhood. I was just born with that mentality that I was always open to learning from people. And I always talked to grown-ups about things. Like I would ask grown people that had their own businesses. Like my uncle was a car mechanic. I would ask him, how do you make money? How does this work? Why do people pay you? How does this happen? Like, how do I make money like you? How can I be like you? This was something that I was always doing. And these people gave me all of this advice, and I spoke to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I speak to people all the time. When people have something that they want to talk about when it comes to their business or a business idea, I listen to everybody's business ideas. Now, I have a huge data bank in my brain of these business ideas and everything. So, of course, I can look at it differently, but I don't shut anything down. There's another old saying from Depression times that my dad used to say all the time, and it's stuck with me even to this day, and I tell people this all the time. The saying goes, pay attention to what everybody has to say, because even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. And it's true. It's 100% true. Everybody has advice. May it be the homeless guy by the dumpster, who you might think in your head, if you're just a normal person, that you're not trying to actually learn from this world. If you're just a player in the game, right? You might just think there is nothing that this guy could possibly teach me. This guy is a loser. He's lost it. Or this female, whatever. Like there's nothing that this person at this dumpster could possibly teach me. But that's where you're wrong. Okay? That's where you're wrong. Everybody knows something. Everybody has a skill. And it doesn't matter where they're at financially or where they ended up. What matters is, did they try? Did they try? I don't know if you know any or if you've studied any, but if you look at people who are champions, okay, the people that you idolize, the Michael Jordans, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Mike Tysons of the world, these people that are champions, the people that you want to be like, these people all learned what they had to learn from people that were not champions. This thing with the internet where you're listening to 20-year-olds talk about business because they're standing in front of a rented Lamborghini in a beach house or a sound studio, and everything is, just this magical, whimsical world. It's just all bullshit. It's not real. Okay, these people can't teach you a damn thing about anything. They can't teach you anything. The same goes to most universities when it comes to businesses. You're not going to get that Fortune 500 guy who started his business in a basement. You're not going to get Bill Gates, okay? You're not going to get Jeff Bezos teaching the class. If you did, everybody would be those types of people in business, and they're not. You have to be constantly learning. If you've gotten this far in the lecture, obviously you're interested in learning. I want you to take that energy and that positivity, and you got to learn as much as you possibly can about what it is you're going to specialize in, because you have to understand that you were just getting in at the beginning and that the industry you choose is going to change. And you've got to have your eyes on the future. You got to know about your business now and about your business tomorrow.